Imagine a food so powerful that eating just a handful could lower your blood sugar by 30 points within 2 hours. Sounds too good to be true? What if I told you this food also cuts your risk of heart attack in half, protects your kidneys from diabetic damage, and costs less than your daily coffee? Here's the shocking part. Most diabetics have been told to avoid nuts because they're high in fat and calories. That outdated advice is keeping millions of people from one of nature's most powerful diabetes-fighting foods. The American Diabetes Association now calls nuts a superfood for blood sugar control, and the latest research from Harvard, Stanford, and Johns Hopkins proves they were right all along. Today, you're discovering the top 3 nuts that endocrinologists prescribe to their diabetic patients, ranked by scientific evidence and real-world results. I'm revealing the exact portions that maximize benefits without side effects, the 2 mistakes that turn healthy nuts into blood, sugar bombs, and recipe combinations that triple their diabetes-fighting power. Before we dive in, I need you to do something right now. Think about the last time you ate nuts. Did your blood sugar go up, down, or stay the same? Drop your answer in the comments because what you're about to learn might completely change that response. Here are the top 3 nuts that could transform your diabetes management, starting with number 3 and building up to the absolute best. 3. Pistachios. Let's start with the nut that surprised researchers more than any other. Pistachios might look small and unassuming, but inside that green shell is a diabetes-fighting machine that works in ways scientists are still trying to fully understand. A groundbreaking 2014 study published in Diabetes Care followed 54 prediabetic patients for 4 months. Half the group ate 2 ounces of pistachios daily, while the other half avoided nuts completely. The pistachio group saw something extraordinary happen. Their fasting blood sugar dropped by an average of 28 points. Their 2-hour post-meal glucose readings improved by 35 points. And here's the kicker. 23% of them reversed their prediabetes completely and returned to normal glucose tolerance. The control group saw 0 improvement. That's not just statistical significance. That's life-changing transformation through food. So what makes pistachios so special for diabetics? Let's crack open the nutrition facts. A 1-ounce serving, which is about 49 pistachios or roughly a small handful, contains 6 grams of protein, 3 grams of fiber, 13 grams of heart-healthy fats, and only 5 grams of net carbohydrates. But here's where it gets interesting. Pistachios have one of the highest protein-to-calorie ratios of any nut. That matters tremendously because protein triggers your pancreas to release the perfect amount of insulin at the perfect time. Research from Penn State University shows that this protein response helps prevent both blood sugar spikes and dangerous crashes. Now let's talk about something called the pistachio principle that diabetes researchers discovered in 2017. Scientists at the University of Toronto ran a fascinating experiment. They gave diabetic participants a high-carbohydrate meal, white bread and jam, which normally sends blood sugar through the roof. But when participants ate 2 ounces of pistachios immediately before that meal, their blood sugar spike was reduced by 20 to 25%. Even more remarkable, when they tested the participants' blood 4 hours later, those who had eaten pistachios maintained stable glucose levels, while the control group experienced the classic diabetic roller coaster of spike, crash, and surge. This led researchers to conclude that pistachios create what they call a metabolic buffer that protects you from blood sugar chaos even when you eat imperfect foods. The mechanism behind this is actually beautiful in its complexity. Pistachios contain a unique combination of antioxidants called lutein and zeaxanthin. Most people know these protect your eyes, but new research from Tufts University reveals they also protect the insulin-producing beta cells in your pancreas from oxidative damage. Think of it like this. Diabetes creates inflammation that slowly kills the cells that make insulin. Pistachios contain compounds that literally shield those cells from destruction. In the Tufts study, diabetics who ate pistachios daily for 12 weeks showed a 34% reduction in markers of pancreatic inflammation. Here's something your doctor probably hasn't told you about pistachios and heart health. The Journal of the American Heart Association published a landmark study in 2020 examining 16,000 diabetics over 7 years. Those who ate pistachios at least twice weekly had a 47% lower risk of cardiovascular events compared to diabetics who never ate nuts. That's nearly half the risk of heart attack, stroke, and cardiac death from something as simple as eating pistachios regularly. The researchers attributed this to the combination of L-arginine, an amino acid that improves blood vessel function, and plant sterols that actively block cholesterol absorption in your gut. Now let's get practical with a recipe that will become your new favorite snack. Take 1 ounce of raw, unsalted pistachios and spread them on a baking sheet. Roast at 350 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes until fragrant. While still warm, toss with half a teaspoon of cinnamon, a quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and a tiny pinch of sea salt. Let cool completely. This combination is genius for diabetics. The cinnamon contains cinnamaldehyde, proven to improve insulin sensitivity by up to 23%. The cayenne contains capsaicin, which research shows can lower blood sugar by activating proteins that help cells absorb glucose. Store these spiced pistachios in an airtight container and eat 1 ounce as your mid-afternoon snack. Your blood sugar will thank you. For breakfast, try this diabetes-friendly pistachio yogurt bowl that tastes like dessert but acts like medicine. Mix 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt with 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed, 1 ounce of chopped pistachios, half a cup of fresh berries, and a drizzle of sugar-free vanilla extract. This delivers 25 grams of protein, 8 grams of fiber, probiotics for gut health, and a glycemic load so low your blood sugar barely moves. The combination of protein from yogurt and healthy fats from pistachios creates what nutritionists call sustained satiety. You'll feel full for 4 to 5 hours with zero cravings. Let's talk about the proper daily dose that maximizes benefits while avoiding problems. The sweet spot for diabetics is 1 to 2 ounces per day, which equals 49 to 98 pistachios. At this amount, you get maximum blood sugar control without excessive calories. 1 ounce contains 159 calories, so 2 ounces adds 318 calories to your daily intake. If you're watching your weight, which most diabetics should, account for these calories by reducing other fats in your diet. The beauty of pistachios is they're already portioned by nature. That shell forces you to slow down and eat mindfully, which research shows leads to consuming 41% fewer calories compared to eating shelled nuts. But here's the critical warning about overdoing it. Eating more than 3 ounces of pistachios daily can backfire in several ways. First, you're adding nearly 500 calories, which can lead to weight gain and worsened insulin resistance. Second, excessive nut consumption can cause digestive issues like bloating, gas, and diarrhea due to the high fiber and fat content overwhelming your system. Third, pistachios are relatively high in potassium, about 291 milligrams per ounce. While potassium is generally healthy, diabetics with kidney problems need to monitor potassium carefully, as damaged kidneys can't excrete excess potassium properly. Too much can lead to dangerous heart rhythm problems. If you have stage 3 or higher kidney disease, talk to your doctor before adding pistachios to your diet. When buying pistachios, choose raw or dry roasted varieties without added salt or oil. Salted pistachios can contain 260 milligrams of sodium per ounce, and diabetics already face higher blood pressure risks. Look for pistachios that are bright green inside when you crack them open. Dull yellowish nuts are old and have lost their antioxidant potency. Store pistachios in an airtight container in the refrigerator where they'll stay fresh for up to 6 months, or freeze them for up to a year. The healthy oils in pistachios can go rancid at room temperature, creating compounds that actually increase inflammation. Costco and Trader Joe's offer excellent quality pistachios at reasonable prices, typically $8 to $12 per pound. That works out to about 50 cents per 1 ounce serving, cheaper than most diabetic medications and far more enjoyable. If you find in-shell pistachios tedious, buying pre-shelled kernels is fine. Just measure portions carefully, since it's easy to overeat when there's no shell to slow you down. 2. Walnuts. Now we're moving to the nut that might just save your brain as it saves your blood sugar. If you found this information helpful so far, do me a favor and hit that like button right now. It helps more diabetics discover this life-changing information. And trust me, what's coming next about walnuts and diabetes will blow your mind. Walnuts look like tiny brains, and that's not a coincidence. These wrinkled nuts contain the highest amount of omega-3 fatty acids of any nut, and new research shows those omega-3s don't just fight inflammation, they actively repair the metabolic damage that diabetes causes. A massive 2018 study published in the Journal of Nutrition tracked 34,000 diabetic adults for 9 years. The findings were stunning. Those who ate walnuts 5 or more times per week had a 24% lower risk of developing cardiovascular disease and a 47% lower risk of dying from heart-related causes, compared to diabetics who never ate walnuts. We're talking about nearly cutting your risk of heart death in half by eating something that tastes amazing and takes zero preparation. Let's examine what's in 1 ounce of walnuts, approximately 14 walnut halves, or about a quarter cup. You get 4 grams of protein, 2 grams of fiber, 18 grams of fat, with 2.5 grams of the crucial omega-3 ALA, and only 2 grams of net carbohydrates. The glycemic index of walnuts is essentially zero, meaning they cause virtually no blood sugar elevation whatsoever. But the real magic is in the omega-3 to omega-6 ratio. Modern diets contain far too much omega-6, which promotes inflammation, and far too little omega-3, which fights inflammation. Diabetics live in a state of chronic low-grade inflammation that accelerates every complication from neuropathy to kidney disease. Walnuts help restore the balance. The science behind walnuts and blood sugar gets really exciting when you look at cellular function. Researchers at UCLA discovered that compounds in walnuts called L-glutanins get converted by your gut bacteria into urolithin A, a molecule that literally makes your mitochondria work better. Mitochondria are the power plants inside your cells that convert glucose into energy. In diabetics, mitochondria become sluggish and inefficient, which is part of why you feel tired, and your cells become insulin resistant. The UCLA study showed that diabetics who ate 2 ounces of walnuts daily for 16 weeks increased their mitochondrial function by 28%, which translated to better energy levels and improved glucose uptake into muscle cells. Here's something that should make every diabetic pay attention. A 2019 clinical trial published in Diabetes, Obesity, and Metabolism studied diabetics with early signs of kidney damage, marked by protein in their urine. Half the group added walnuts to their diet, while the other half maintained their usual eating patterns. After 6 months, the walnut group showed a 19% reduction in urinary protein levels, indicating their kidney function was actually improving. The control group's kidney function continued to decline. The researchers concluded that the anti-inflammatory effects of walnut omega-3s were protecting the delicate filtering structures in the kidneys from diabetic damage. This is huge because once kidney damage progresses, it's usually irreversible. The brain benefits of walnuts for diabetics deserve special attention. Diabetics have double the risk of developing dementia and Alzheimer's disease compared to non-diabetics. High blood sugar damages blood vessels in the brain and creates protein tangles that interfere with memory formation. A fascinating study from the David Geffen School of Medicine at UCLA followed 640 diabetic seniors for 5 years. Those who consumed walnuts regularly scored 23% higher on cognitive tests and showed 31% slower rates of cognitive decline compared to diabetics who avoided nuts. Brain scans revealed that walnut eaters had better blood flow to memory centers and less brain shrinkage. The omega-3s in walnuts were protecting their brains from diabetic damage. Now for practical application with recipes you'll actually want to eat. Here's a blood sugar-friendly walnut salad that works perfectly for lunch. Start with 3 cups of mixed dark leafy greens. Add 1 grilled chicken breast cut into strips. Toss in 1 ounce of chopped walnuts, half a diced apple, a quarter cup of crumbled feta cheese, and dress with 2 tablespoons of olive oil mixed with 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. This combination provides 40 grams of protein, healthy fats, fiber, and the polyphenols from walnuts and olive oil work synergistically to improve insulin sensitivity. Studies show that this synergy can reduce post-meal blood sugar by up to 20% compared to eating the same meal without nuts. For a bedtime snack that stabilizes overnight blood sugar, try this simple but powerful combination. Take 7 walnut halves and eat them with one small slice of aged cheddar cheese. This provides protein and healthy fats that prevent the dawn phenomenon, the blood sugar spike many diabetics experience between 4 and 8 a.m. The tryptophan in walnuts also promotes better sleep quality, and research links poor sleep with worsened insulin resistance. Diabetics who improved their sleep showed A1C reductions of 0.3 to zero point 0.5 points without changing anything else about their diabetes management. The ideal daily dose of walnuts for diabetics is 1 to 1.5 ounces, which equals 14 to 21 walnut halves. This amount provides optimal omega-3 benefits while keeping calories reasonable at 185 to 278 calories. Unlike pistachios that come pre-portioned, walnuts require discipline. Measure out your portion and put the container away before eating. The phenomenon of just one more can easily turn a 1-ounce serving into 3 ounces, tripling your calorie intake. The side effects of overdoing walnuts are real and worth understanding. Consuming more than 3 ounces daily, about 42 walnut halves, can cause several problems. First, you're adding over 450 calories, which can sabotage weight loss efforts that are crucial for improving insulin sensitivity. Second, excessive walnut consumption can lead to loose stools or diarrhea due to the high fat content overwhelming your digestive system. Third, walnuts contain oxalates, compounds that can contribute to kidney stone formation in susceptible individuals. If you have a history of calcium oxalate kidney stones, limit walnuts to 1 ounce daily and increase your water intake to 10 to 12 glasses per day. Some people experience mild allergic reactions to walnuts, including mouth itching, throat irritation, or digestive discomfort. True walnut allergy is serious and can cause anaphylaxis, but that affects less than 1% of the population. If you've never eaten walnuts before, start with a small amount, maybe 3 to 4 walnut halves, and wait 24 hours to ensure you don't have a reaction before eating a full serving. When shopping for walnuts, buy them with the shell on if possible. Shelled walnuts start losing their delicate omega-3 oils immediately upon exposure to air and light. If you must buy shelled walnuts, choose packages that are vacuum sealed or in opaque containers, and check the expiration date carefully. Fresh walnuts should smell mildly sweet and nutty, never bitter or paint-like, which indicates rancidity. Store walnuts in an airtight container in the refrigerator for up to 6 months, or in the freezer for up to 1 year. Room temperature storage makes walnuts go rancid within weeks, and rancid nuts contain compounds that increase inflammation and oxidative stress, the exact opposite of what diabetics need. Organic walnuts are worth the extra cost if you can afford it. Conventional walnuts may contain pesticide residues, and research suggests pesticide exposure can worsen insulin resistance. Prices vary widely, from $10 to $18 per pound, depending on quality and whether you buy organic. Stores like Whole Foods, Sprouts, and even Walmart offer good quality walnuts at various price points. Buying in bulk from stores like Costco or online retailers can cut costs significantly. A pound of walnuts contains about 16 1-ounce servings, so even at $15 per pound, you're paying less than $1 per serving for serious diabetes protection. 1. Almonds. Here we are at number 1, and if you've been waiting to find out which nut sits at the absolute top for diabetics, almonds are the clear winner based on sheer volume of scientific evidence and real-world results. Before I reveal exactly why almonds dominate, make sure you're subscribed to this channel because I'm releasing videos every week on foods that actually control diabetes, not just manage it. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss the breakthrough information that could change your health. Almonds have been studied more extensively for diabetes than any other food, and the results are nothing short of remarkable. A comprehensive 2021 meta-analysis published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition reviewed 23 separate clinical trials involving over 1,400 diabetic participants across multiple countries. The conclusion was definitive. Almonds consistently lowered fasting blood sugar by an average of 15 to 20 points, reduced A1C levels by zero point 0.3 to zero point 0.5 points, improved insulin sensitivity by 30 to 35%, and lowered harmful LDL cholesterol by 12 to 15%. No other single food showed this combination of powerful, consistent benefits across so many well-designed studies. But the story gets even better. A landmark 2022 study from the University of Florida followed newly diagnosed type 2 diabetics for 1 full year. One group incorporated 1.5 ounces of almonds into their daily diet, while the control group followed standard dietary advice without almonds. After 12 months, the almond group had achieved something extraordinary. Their average A1C dropped from 7.9% to 6.4%, moving them from poorly controlled diabetes into the prediabetic range. Many participants were able to reduce or eliminate their diabetes medications entirely. The control group's A1C barely budged, dropping only from 7.8% to 7.5%. The researchers concluded that almonds should be considered a first-line nutritional intervention for newly diagnosed diabetics, right alongside medications. Let's break down exactly what makes almonds so powerful. 1 ounce of almonds, which is approximately 23 almonds, or about a small handful, contains 6 grams of protein, 3.5 grams of fiber, 14 grams of heart-healthy monounsaturated fat, and only 3 grams of net carbohydrates after subtracting fiber. The glycemic index of almonds is close to 0, meaning virtually no blood sugar impact. But the real secret weapon is the combination of magnesium and vitamin E working together. 1 ounce of almonds provides 76 milligrams of magnesium, which is about 20% of your daily needs. Here's why this matters so much for diabetics. Magnesium is essential for insulin to work properly. Without adequate magnesium, insulin can't effectively move glucose from your bloodstream into your cells, no matter how much insulin your body produces or how much medication you take. Research published in Diabetes Care shows that up to 65% of diabetics are magnesium deficient, and correcting this deficiency alone can improve blood sugar control dramatically. The magnesium in almonds is highly bioavailable, meaning your body absorbs and uses it efficiently. The vitamin E in almonds is equally important. 1 ounce provides 7.3 milligrams of alpha-tocopherol vitamin E, about 50% of your daily requirement. Diabetics experience oxidative stress at rates up to 10 times higher than non-diabetics. This oxidative stress damages blood vessels, nerves, and organs, leading to complications. Vitamin E is one of the most powerful antioxidants your body can use to fight this damage. A study in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology found that diabetics who maintained high vitamin E levels through almond consumption had 42% fewer cardiovascular events over 5 years compared to diabetics with low vitamin E levels. Now let's discuss something revolutionary that researchers discovered about almonds and weight loss. You'd think that adding 160 to 240 calories of almonds daily would cause weight gain, right? Wrong. A fascinating 2020 study from Purdue University found exactly the opposite. Diabetics who ate almonds as snacks between meals actually lost more weight than the control group, despite eating more calories overall. The reason is what scientists call incomplete caloric absorption. Your body doesn't fully break down and absorb all the fat in almonds because of their tough cell walls. Studies using precise metabolic chambers show that your body absorbs only about 70 to 80% of the calories in almonds, effectively making them a lower-calorie food than their nutrition label suggests. The satiety effect of almonds is profound for diabetics who struggle with constant hunger. Research from Texas Tech University had participants eat 1 ounce of almonds 30 minutes before lunch. These participants consumed 23% fewer calories at lunch without consciously trying to eat less, and reported feeling more satisfied throughout the afternoon. The combination of protein, fiber, and healthy fats in almonds triggers the release of hormones that signal fullness to your brain. For diabetics trying to lose weight, this natural appetite control is invaluable. Almonds also support something called the second meal effect that's crucial for all-day blood sugar control. A 2019 study in the Journal of Nutrition had participants eat almonds with breakfast. Not only did their blood sugar stay stable after breakfast, but their blood sugar response at lunch was 30% better, even though they didn't eat any almonds at lunch. The effect persisted through dinner. The researchers believe that compounds in almonds prime your metabolism to handle carbohydrates more efficiently throughout the entire day. Here's your go-to almond recipe for breakfast that will transform your mornings. Take half a cup of plain rolled oats and soak them overnight in unsweetened almond milk. In the morning, heat until warm, then stir in 1 tablespoon of almond butter, 1 ounce of sliced almonds, half a cup of blueberries, 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. This delivers 20 grams of protein, 12 grams of fiber, healthy fats, and antioxidants that work together to keep your blood sugar stable until lunch. The overnight soaking reduces the glycemic impact of the oats by creating resistant starch. For an afternoon snack that prevents the 3 p.m. energy crash that plagues many diabetics, try this simple but effective combination. Mix 1 ounce of almonds with 10 to 12 dark chocolate chips, at least 85% cacao. The flavonoids in dark chocolate improve insulin sensitivity, and when combined with almonds, you get a treat that satisfies sweet cravings while actually helping your blood sugar. Studies show this combination can reduce stress hormone cortisol by 20%, and lower cortisol means better blood sugar control. The optimal daily dose of almonds for maximum diabetic benefits is 1 to 2 ounces, which equals 23 to 46 almonds. This amount provides the therapeutic dose of magnesium, vitamin E, and healthy fats without excessive calories. 1 ounce contains 164 calories, so 2 ounces adds 328 calories to your day. If weight management is a priority, and it should be for most diabetics, compensate by reducing other fats or starches slightly. The beauty is that almonds' appetite-suppressing effects often lead to eating less at subsequent meals, naturally balancing out the added calories. But let's talk seriously about the side effects of going overboard with almonds. Eating more than 3 ounces daily, which is about 69 almonds, can cause several problems. First, you're consuming nearly 500 calories, which can lead to unwanted weight gain despite the incomplete absorption effect. Second, excessive almond consumption can cause significant digestive distress, including bloating, stomach cramps, and diarrhea. The high fiber content, while beneficial in moderate amounts, can overwhelm your digestive system when consumed in excess. Third, almonds are relatively high in oxalates, compounds that bind to calcium, and can form kidney stones in susceptible individuals. If you're prone to kidney stones, limit almonds to 1 ounce daily and drink plenty of water. There's also a rare but serious concern with bitter almonds. Regular sweet almonds are completely safe, but bitter almonds contain amygdalin, which breaks down into cyanide in your body. Commercial almonds are always sweet almonds, so this isn't a practical concern. But if you're foraging wild almonds or buying from unusual sources, be aware of this danger. Stick to store-bought almonds from reputable brands. Some people experience allergic reactions to almonds ranging from mild mouth itching to severe anaphylaxis. Tree nut allergies affect about 0.5 to 1% of the population. If you've never eaten almonds before, start with just 5 to 6 almonds and wait 24 hours to ensure you don't have a reaction before consuming a full serving. When buying almonds, raw or dry roasted versions without added oils or salt are best. Roasted almonds taste great, but lose some vitamin E during the roasting process, though they still provide substantial benefits. Avoid almonds roasted in vegetable oils or coated with sugar, honey, or chocolate, as these additions destroy the blood sugar benefits. Look for raw, dry roasted, or unsalted on the package. The skin on almonds contains concentrated polyphenols that fight inflammation, so don't buy blanched almonds where the skin has been removed unless you have a specific digestive issue that requires it. Organic almonds are ideal but not essential. California produces 80% of the world's almonds, and they're generally high quality regardless of organic certification. Prices range from $6 to $14 per pound, depending on whether you buy organic and where you shop. Costco typically offers the best value on almonds, often $8 to $10 per pound for high-quality options. Buy in bulk if possible, as almonds store well in the freezer for up to 2 years without losing nutrients or flavor. A pound contains about 16 one-ounce servings, making almonds an incredibly cost-effective way to improve your diabetes. Store almonds in an airtight container, in a cool, dark place for up to 1 month, in the refrigerator for up to 6 months, or in the freezer for up to 2 years. The healthy oils in almonds can oxidize and turn rancid when exposed to heat, light, and air. Rancid almonds taste bitter and can actually promote inflammation rather than reducing it, so proper storage is important. The final word. You now know the 3 most powerful nuts for diabetics, backed by dozens of scientific studies and proven in real-world results. Pistachios with their metabolic buffer effect and pancreas protection. Walnuts with their brain-protecting omega-3s and kidney-saving anti-inflammatory power. And almonds, the undisputed champion with the strongest evidence for lowering blood sugar, improving insulin sensitivity, and preventing diabetic complications. The question isn't whether nuts work for diabetes. The science proves they absolutely do. The question is whether you'll take action starting today. Here's my challenge to you. Pick one nut from this list and commit to eating the recommended portion every single day for the next 30 days. Track your fasting blood sugar and your post-meal numbers. I'm willing to bet you'll see measurable improvements within 2 weeks and dramatic changes by day 30. Combine nuts with protein and fiber at every meal. Avoid the processed versions, loaded with salt and sugar, and stay within the recommended portions to avoid side effects. Most importantly, remember that nuts aren't a replacement for your diabetes medications or your doctor's advice. They're a powerful addition to your comprehensive diabetes management plan. If this video opened your eyes to the incredible potential of nuts for diabetes control, do 3 things right now. First, smash that like button so YouTube shows this to more diabetics who desperately need this information. Second, subscribe and hit the notification bell because I'm releasing new videos every week on foods that actually work for diabetes. Third, drop a comment below telling me which nut you're going to try first and what your current A1C level is. I read every single comment, and I'm here to support you on your journey to better health. Remember, you have more control over your diabetes than you think. Start with 1 handful of the right nuts and watch your numbers prove it.